Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. It is Wednesday, the 18th of October. It is 11 a.m. Central European Time, and today we have another full show. We are not going to take our eyes off Bitcoin on this show. We covered it yesterday. We're also going to cover it today. Could something big be brewing for Bitcoin? There are several indicators to say that this potential downside that I've been looking at may not happen, but it may happen. I'm going to show you the charts in a little bit and explain what on earth I am talking about, as well as covering Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at Cardano. It's been in the press. A lot of people have been saying negative things about Cardano, and for me that's always bullish. We're going to cover that. We're going to also look at Big Time once again. Big Time is a project that I covered. I made a video about it for our own video channel, and I'm going to take another look at it again because I want to take a look at the chart action. I covered it last week and I want to cover it again today. We're going to look at the XRP and Roblox fiasco. Reddit and Weep is about a decision by Reddit to remove various altcoins. What does that mean for those altcoins? Well, I think you know as well as I do that it's not bullish news. Then we're going to look at Canadian scams. I think it's somewhere in the region of $25 million or $23 million has been taken in scams from Canadians over the last, I think it's in 2023. And then we're going to finish with the quiz in about 45 minutes time. The quiz is the bit of fun that we have at the end of our show. Remember, we try and fit everything into an hour and 10 minutes. This is not one of those marathon streams where you tune in and you have to stay here till 8 o'clock in the evening. We try and get everything done as fast as we can. Before, of course, we get to any of that, we will have a look at the markets and we will have some shout outs. So good morning to Hidden Agendas. Welcome to the stream. There are lots of people today on chat. We have, let me see if I scroll up. Angelica, good morning. Islam, good morning. Peck, Vic Blaze, welcome to the stream. I will wait for that box to finish and then people will be able to have a chat. And of course, not forgetting our other friends. Good morning to Amam, or AMA Mister, however you pronounce your name. Welcome to the streams. Ybaser, welcome to the stream. Let's get started then with having a quick look at the markets. Well, surprise, surprise. For me, I didn't expect us to be at 28.6 today. That was not on the cards for me, but the bullish indicators are probably going to keep us here and maybe push us higher. We're going to go and have a look. So in total, we are just under 1.1 trillion. In market cap, the volume has come back down after that fake news on Monday. Bitcoin dominance is now way above 50%. It's up at 51.1%. Ethereum dominance was 17.5 yesterday, 17.4 today. Ethereum seems to be falling by the wayside, and if we take a little look down here, we will see what I mean by that. Bitcoin is up nearly 7% in the last 30 days. Ethereum is down 3.5% in the last 30 days. The question is, why? Is it a bearish narrative that people are trying to carry out on Ethereum? Is it the fact that the actual usage of Ethereum is falling? And the problem with the usage of Ethereum falling is it's actually starting to print Ethereum. So I was saying that we were looking at probably dropping below 120 million in terms of the circulating supply. We're now at 120,262,000. So Ethereum is not in great shape right now, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Everything goes through peaks and troughs. There will come a time in the next 6 months where Bitcoin has a 3% 30-day drop, and Ethereum has a 6 or 7% pump. It's just the cycles and how the markets work. If we look at the last 24 hours, not a lot has gone up. Toncoin and Trust Wallet, Hedera, Render, OKB, Stacks, not really a lot has been pumping. And if we look at the losers, Sui is down again. Sui's not having a good time of it. It's down 15% in the last 30 days. I expect big things from Sui, so I am surprised by the drop. But maybe this is a good area to accumulate. Other coins that are down, Clay, Conflux, Uniswap. I think the Uniswap drop could have something to do with the two bits of news that came out this week. One was, of course, them implementing KYC, or the ability to implement KYC for certain liquidity pools and tokens. And the second is the fact that they are charging a 0.15% tax on certain coins to pay back to the development teams. So that's had a bit of a knock-on effect on Uniswap, and it's down 4% in 24 hours. Phantom is down. Oasis, Gala, again, there isn't really a lot to talk about there. There's no massive winners and losers on the whole. Go back up here. Right, first things first. We know that the Bitcoin ETF news was fake, but let's take a look at what is going to happen if the news is approved, or if the news isn't fake and the ETF is approved. So according to Crypto Quant, who are a very decent analysis platform, they predict that $155 billion will flow into Bitcoin should ETFs be approved, and that could add $1 trillion to the crypto market cap. Now, don't forget, every dollar that goes into Bitcoin, the price will move by more than $1. So to give it a higher market cap, let's say to give it a $1 trillion market cap, which is 450 billion up from where we are now, it doesn't require 443 billion to be added to the market cap. It needs the price to go up to about $45,000 per Bitcoin to do that. It wouldn't need 450 billion. I think the 150 billion that comes into Bitcoin will easily push it there. So Bitcoin will become a $900 billion asset, and the total crypto market will grow by 1 trillion should the Bitcoin spot exchange traded funds be approved. The first wave of institutional adoption in 2020 to 2021 came from institutions adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets, while the next wave could be financial institutions providing Bitcoin access to their clients through spot ETFs. Again, we have covered that before, but it's nice to see some numbers being put to the faces. Let's put it like that. Remember, if you are watching, say hello. Abwafak, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you back, sir. I hope you are having a good day. Having to scroll through all the spam comments, which is not great to see, to be perfectly honest. And whatever you do, don't click on any of those links. They are scams. So the potential inflow from spot ETFs would be significantly larger than the money that entered Grayscale Bitcoin Trust in the last bull market. Crypto Quant says that if issuers that have applied to list Bitcoin ETFs put 1% of their assets under management to these ETFs, that would be 155 billion. That would push Bitcoin's price to between $50,000 and $73,000. That is a nice number. Bear in mind, my prediction for the end of the bull run is $100,000. That doesn't include the ETFs being approved. That is diminishing returns. This could become something that people call a super cycle, where there is just wave upon wave of good news the money printer, interest rates falling, ETFs being approved, change in the President of America, European adoption, UK adoption, all of these things would just add more oxygen to the fire. Historically, during previous bull markets, Bitcoin's market cap has grown 3 to 5 times more than its realized capitalization. This suggests that for every $1 of fresh money entering the Bitcoin market, the market cap could increase $3 to $5. This is actually what I've just been saying above there. Bitcoin's recent momentary jump to $30,000 after Cointelegraph published a false report. According to some observers, the frenzied bullish price action would keep bears at bay for some time. Now this is what I was undecided about yesterday. So Safia was in chat yesterday, and Safia was talking about what's going to happen. What do we do? Do we buy Bitcoin? Do we sell? Do we short? Do we long? And I said yesterday, sometimes the best course of action is no course of action, and sometimes it's better to just wait an extra day or an extra week to see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. And as you'll see when we get to the charts, maybe the time is approaching to trade in Bitcoin. But this comment sums up a potential scenario, which is nobody will dare to short Bitcoin now for the foreseeable future. Even if this Cointelegraph news was false, Bitcoin can still grind higher in anticipation of the approval. Marcus Thielen, head of research and strategy at Matrixport, said in a Telegram broadcast. Now, this is the one thing, if I go back to it, this is the one thing that I am not taking for granted, that nobody will dare to short Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin does move above $30,000, people will line the streets to short Bitcoin. And that's, for me, where this becomes a risk. How do you trade Bitcoin? Well, yesterday I said we needed to find support above the bull market support band. And the reason I'm coming back today is that we have done that now for a few days. If you get rid of Angelica, welcome to our group. Thank you for joining. You just get rid of all this fake news. There is a better way to do this, but it also removes my other lines from the chart, which I don't really want to do. Okay. There we go. That's the last time I'm going to write like that. So, why did I say we needed to wait for confirmation? First of all, yesterday, if you look at the RSI was in overbought territory. This is on the 1 hour. Let me go back to the 1 day. There we go. Roll down. Get this to fit nicely. There we go. Okay. So yesterday, we were looking at a slightly overbought RSI. The price is above the bull market support band, and it's now above it for the 3rd day running. Now, what I'm concerned about, and what I said yesterday, and now we have an extra day, and that extra day is slightly more bullish, if you like, is that this kind of action down here, 27.4 and then 26.8, the longer we stay above and the more we start to creep up, the less chance we have of breaking back down below, unless there is more bearish news. Now, there is one minor area of concern which I always keep an eye on, and that is, do we have bullish or bearish divergence on some of the lower and higher time frames? Well, we have bearish divergence on the 4 hour. So what that means is the price is going up, but the strength is falling. So this normally indicates that on this time frame we could be looking to move down slightly. And I'm not saying a big move down to 28,000. I mean, we might come down to here, this area here, which is 28.3. That's all I mean by that. Just because there's bearish or bullish divergence, number one, it doesn't mean it's going to play out. Number two, there's other things we can look at. You know, do we have a bull tenant? Do we have a bear flag? What else do we have? I'm trying to keep it simple. I think we have some area for consolidation. Again, if we look here, do we have any kind of minor downward action from there? Again, on the 1 hour, it's very, very slight. It's very, very slight. And I'm not going to suggest that we do have a big move down. So what's the scenario that I think could play out? Well, let's move out a little bit and get to where I'm thinking we're going to break to 30,000. But the longer we stay above the bull market support band, the more confidence that gives the market. So if you look here, what happened? We came up into the bull market support band. We couldn't break out, and we came down under the bull market support band again. The same thing here, we came into the bull market support band. We couldn't do anything. We were paralyzed. We were trapped for 2 days there, and then we lost it. And we kind of went into this kind of downward depression, you could call it. So where are we now? Do we have any other examples? Well, this is a good example here. We've come up, we've kind of held around the bull market support band, and that has given us a move up towards 30,500. Okay, so we held the bull market support band, we moved up, we came back down, we tested it, we moved up again, and then we fell all the way back down to 25,000. Now, remember where we are in the cycle. We are 6 months before the bull market really starts. Not saying it really kicks off, but it really starts. So what's the scenario I see? If we follow that previous pattern that I've just shown you, we could move up to this previous area here, which is around about 30,500 to 31,500. We could move up here by November, which coincidentally is 2 years on from previous all-time high, FYI. So we could get to there, 30 to 31,000, and I think that's a likely play if any more bullish news comes out. Cathy Wood said yesterday that she expects an ETF by the end of the year. I'm not expecting an ETF until January or April next year. But she's a far cleverer person than I am, so let's give her the due. If that does happen, we're off to the moon. But if the rumours start to build up, this could push us higher. Then, if the SEC turns round and says, we are not going to approve any ETFs this year, or we are not going to approve any ETFs until January the 16th, January the 18th, whatever it might be, what could happen is we could come down, bounce off here again, and then we could finally have one last breakdown, 26,000. If you look at where that has happened in the past, this is a possibility. We could do that. I'm not saying we are, I'm saying it's a possibility. So why this area here? Because we have some fairly strong support at this level, which is 25,200 is where we have some really, really solid support. So look at the liquidity on the right. There is a lot of liquidity at that range. So the best case scenario in the short term is we move up towards 30 to 31,000. But then we might correct one last time before next year. Remember, December the 31st is here. We want to try and be, in my opinion, around here at 32,000 by the end of the year. That's my prediction. So if we're following what I'm saying, we could do something like this. But of course, I made that prediction in January. We're now in October. That was 10 months ago. So I think in the very medium term, which is the next 3 to 5 weeks, we could potentially get back towards this area before a minor correction or more bullish news, and that will push us even higher than I think. So the longer we stay above the bull market support band, which is here, the longer we stay above here, the better I think we have of getting towards that recent area of resistance, which is here. So if we stay here, we can go up. If there is some bearish news out of the SEC, or the interest rates get pushed up, or the DXY starts to blast away, if we do come down, we're going to come down to 25.6, worst case scenario. So I'm slightly more bullish than I was at the end of September. Bearing in mind, at the end of September, we were here, which is 26.3. Now, if you look, that was very close to those areas of support I've just been talking about. We've moved a lot higher since then. I mean, there's loads of things we can look at. We can look at the fact that we're putting in higher lows. We're putting in higher highs. Could we follow this and do this kind of action? Absolutely, why not? So there's lots of other indicators. All of them are becoming more and more positive. You can look at the fact that we're at 51% Bitcoin dominance. You can look at the higher lows. You can look at the lack of bearish divergence on the higher time frames. You can look at the fact that we're holding the bull market support band. So for me, I have a lot more confidence than I did even 4 or 5 days ago. Even down here at, what was this, at 27,500. We're a good 2 or 3% higher than we were then, and I'm feeling a bit more confident. But I still think we have one last potential downside. So let's move on. I've spoken way too long about Bitcoin, but I just want to see just where we can get to, and I'm slightly more bullish as the days go by. So Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson says game of crypto versus CBDCs is now underway. Here's what he means. So for those of you that don't know what a CBDC is, it is a central bank digital currency. It is it's a type of cryptocurrency, but it is controlled by the Bank of England, for example. And they control it, they can freeze it, they can track it, they have complete Big Brother control over everything to do with it. That is what a central bank digital currency is. Now, you will hear some people with tinfoil hats talking about them and saying that it's the end of freedom and the end of democracy and all of these things. And there is some truth in that. There is also some truth in the fact that it will remove an awful lot of fraud from the system. I did some research probably about 6 to 12 months ago now. The cost of printing money for every $1 or €1 or £1 you have in your pocket, that costs your government somewhere in the region of 1 to 3 cents, pence, whatever else it might be. It costs them 1 to 3% of that to manage it. With fraud, you have people that print fake money. So paper money and coins, they are actually hundreds of years old, if not thousands of years old. We probably need to move on towards a digital currency. But CBDCs are on a sliding scale of very good for society all the way through to bad for society. And it depends entirely on which government is in power and how much control they want to have. For example, if we look back over what happened in 2021, you had the Swedish government that made no restrictions. People were allowed to go about their daily lives and there was little impact. If you look at what happened in Australia, for example, or Israel, or a few other parts of Europe. They basically locked you in your house and controlled everything you did. New Zealand was just as bad as well, and Canada and places like that. So it's not that central bank digital currencies are bad. Inherently, they're not bad. Inherently, they are good. It's the abuse of power that's the problem, not the solution. Central bank digital currencies should be something that help us, but it's the people that are put in charge of them that are the problem. The spying, the seeing every transaction, the limits they can put on you, the freezing of your accounts, all of that is negative, and there will be countries where CBDCs will be used for good and countries where they will be used for bad, and that is my stance on it. I don't believe inherently that they are bad. They are a force for good, but like splitting the atom, it can be used for good or it can be used for absolute evil. So it's just a tool, and I think we need to explore the best way to implement it. And of course, the best way, in my opinion, is something like Bitcoin, which is uncensorable and falls outside of political control. So Charles has said that the real battle in digital assets is between crypto and CBDCs. In a recent interview, the chief executive of Input Output Global, IOHK, I think they're called, he extols the key principles of decentralized crypto. It's not a game of Ethereum versus Cardano versus Algorand versus Solana. If you think that's the game, we've lost. The game is crypto versus CBDCs. That's the game. You know, there's social credit and CBDCs for 1.2 billion people in China. It's coming and it's already rolling out. They already have a social credit to decide whether you get to ride the train or get your passport or not. Well, it's very trivial to say we're going to put that on your money now. Now, he is, of course, correct. I have made videos about this on YouTube, and I've explained why this is a problem. Just to give you a very small example. If you have a grandmother and you live in China, and your grandmother doesn't see you enough because you're working or whatever else, or you just don't want to go and see her, she can complain to the local authority that her children and grandchildren aren't looking after her enough. The central authority will then lower your credit score, and they will stop you from being able to buy, for example, train tickets or flights or whatever it might be. That's a fact. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not a tinfoil hat. The same way that during 2021, if you were within 1 kilometre of somebody that tested positive, and you were within a kilometre of them for more than 20 minutes, you had to self-isolate. And to force that on you, they also turned off your ability to use your money. So don't think that this is, you know, a David Icke conspiracy theory or anything like that. This is fact. Go and look it up yourself. Go to Wikipedia and look it up. Look up social credit system China, and you'll see exactly what Charles is talking about. You're shut out of your money. If the dream of every despot, and it's in real time for about 1/7 of the entire world, and it's going to come to Europe and America. The only way to get out of that is we have to go back to principles-based money and principle-based finance and economic systems. Every single cryptocurrency project that's a real legitimate project is making contributions to fight that fight. We are all together, and I like this rallying cry. It's true. Another example that's worth bringing up about this is that there's 2 ways to win this war, and the best way to win this war is through adoption. And what I mean by adoption is that when people come to you to talk about crypto, you need to explain to them the benefits of crypto. And I don't mean that you're going to double or triple or 20x your money. What I mean is, I did an article about 4 or 5 days ago, and it was called Good with the Bad. And in it, we talked about the fact that a particular group beginning with H was receiving crypto donations. And it was all over the news. It was being used for these types of activities and whatever else it might be. And I said, very simply at the time, that the problem that crypto has and the things that people need to understand is you cannot have freedom and control. You cannot be controlled by your government and have freedom. You cannot be controlled by world government bodies and have freedom. You either have freedom or you have control. Crypto is so transparent, you can see everything on it. You can see Vitalik Buterin donating to a charity in India. You can see a certain crypto exchange donating to earthquakes in Turkey. You can see people donating to the Red Cross. You can see every transaction. And if you know the wallet addresses, you know where that money is going. And my argument is that I don't care if some people use that for bad, because it's a tiny fraction of what crypto can do and what crypto can change in the world. If we can bank 20 million people in Africa who aren't allowed to have bank accounts, if we can bank people in South America who aren't allowed to have bank accounts, and we can bring 200 million people into the banking system and give them a livelihood and allow them to get donations from charities to help them grow crops or buy food for their families, why should we stop that just because 500 people in a different part of the world are using it for evil? We shouldn't. And if we're talking about hypocrisy, let's just look at what the US dollar has done to the world in the last 100 years. Because they've hardly been whiter than white. You know, they've paid their own military to go and do things. They have sold things for the American dollar. They have paid rulers to do things that shouldn't be done. The American dollar, of every currency that's existed in the world in the last 100 years, has been the most evil form of currency that's probably ever existed. So when you explain to people about crypto, and it is your job, when you explain to them that people can use crypto for bad, you have to explain to them that it's a tiny fraction of what crypto is about. And because crypto is transparent, you can see it. What does that mean? That means that if you donate to an organisation which commits crimes, you have aided and abetted that organisation. So you will be found by the authorities. And if we look at what's happened in France in the last 24 hours, when they've threatened to arrest and lock people up if they associate themselves with different groups, you have to understand that if we have complete transparency, we can find everybody. So that will reduce the amount of fraud and everything that comes with it. So you have to get people to understand it's not just used for buying bad things. It's going to help the world immeasurably more than just a few people that need to be locked up. So that's where I wholly agree with Charles on this. Now let's move on to big time, because we've so run over. It's 11:33 and we're only on the third topic. Do apologise. Oh, actually, we can't even move on. We haven't looked at the price action of Cardano. Let's have a quick look. So Cardano has been called dead by more people than I care to name. Probably the biggest name that's called Cardano dead has been Ben Cowan. Ben Cowan is on YouTube and Twitter. He's a very famous crypto personality, if you like, and he runs his own I don't know what you want to call it, school. And he says Cardano is going to continue to put in lower lows. Now, I agree with him. Cardano is one of those coins which it simply doesn't go anywhere. I mean, if you look at this kind of action, we've had considerable drops in Cardano all the way back to, when's this? June last year. So 18 months, 16 months. we've seen this decline in Cardano. Now, we know what's going to happen with Cardano. We know it's fueled by the bull run, the same that Solana is down. Solana is down 90%, Cardano is down 92%. XRP isn't down as much because of what happened with the SEC, but altcoins are always going to suffer. And they're always going to suffer when Bitcoin runs as well. So what should you do with Cardano? Well, at this price, you should accumulate. If we go to the weekly chart and look at where we are way back there. 25 cents is the price of Cardano in April 2018. And it went lower. It went down to 2 cents, 2.5 cents. So it went down 90% from where we are today. But on the run up, during the bull market, we touched $3, $3.10, something like that. Now, if this was a $100 million altcoin, I would say the chances of this recovering are very slim. I don't think we're going to see $3 again, for example, because it doesn't have the team behind it, the community, everything else associated with it. But this is Cardano we're talking about. And Cardano is going to change the world. And it's not going to do it today or tomorrow. It's going to do it in 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time. So what I would say is, if you are looking to accumulate Cardano, anything in this red area here, which is anything below 32 cents for me, is a good price to accumulate Cardano in. In the near term then, if there is a huge pump in crypto because we expect ETFs to be approved, and that does start to filter down towards the altcoins, the first target for me would be 33 cents. Then we have this huge area of liquidity, and I'd be looking towards 40 cents. So personally, full disclosure, as I always do, I hold Bitcoin and I hold Cardano, and I stack Cardano and I accumulate it. I have been accumulating Cardano since about here. So throughout from here, which was the very start of the year, this entire period here, I have been accumulating Cardano. Not a great deal, don't get me wrong. I'm not buying thousands of Cardano a week. I am buying hundreds of Cardano. And I am not buying them because I want to have a certain number of Cardano. I'm buying them because it falls within my portfolio management. So I buy Cardano, I buy Bitcoin, I've stacked my Cardano, I've stacked my Ethereum. Anything down here is good, but do not be surprised if we get towards 40 cents. Do not be surprised if we do this and we hit there in a matter of weeks. And if we do go down further, my advice would be to dollar cost average in at these prices. So what do I mean by that? I mean every Monday buy $10 worth of Cardano and you leave it. Whatever exchange you're on, you dollar cost average in with whatever percentage of your portfolio you want to put into Cardano, and you buy at these prices. If you buy at 25 cents and it only goes back up to $1, you've 4x your money. Now, there are people who want to 1000x their money, and good luck to them. But from where I am today, if I 5 or 6x my entire portfolio, I am going to be exceedingly wealthier than I am today. So don't get green-eyed envy at these people who've turned $1,000 into $10 million. Look at your own portfolio and say, right, I have $10,000 today. If in 2 years' time I'm going to have $60,000 or $100,000, is that going to change my life? And if the answer is yes, then stick to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Solana. Stick to those coins. If it's not, then you need to take more risks with lower cap coins than Cardano and XRP and those I've mentioned. So my advice is this is the accumulation phase of Cardano. Everything from pretty much the last 12 months have been an accumulation range for Cardano. And yes, it can go lower. It could hit 20 cents. It could hit 15 cents. But for me, I'm going to stick with stacking Cardano. Now, I don't hold any big time. I did make a video about this. And the game is really impressive. So for those of you that don't know, excuse me. So big game is in pre-season launch, which means it is not out just yet. But you can buy the token and you can get a pass, you can do all kinds of things, and you can play the game. And it is an NFT open world game. It's been built by people from Fortnite, from Blizzard, from Activision, from Riot. Oh, everyone's been involved. Epic, the lot. They've taken 3 years to build it, and it's like an open world Fortnite game, and it's come with a token. And that token, as this article points out, has reached 35 cents on Friday. So Big Time has entered the crypto market with a bang. It allows its players to explore different historical periods and create their own cosmetics and NFTs. And you can sell those NFTs. So you need to craft them using what you collect in the game, and you need to use Big Time token to actually help them. So for me, this is a good project. I am not saying it's a great coin. I am saying the actual project itself looks excellent, and we are hopefully going to sign a deal very soon to actually play this game live on stream. Let's just go and bring this up. And let's bring this chart down. So, what do I think about the price action of Big Time? Well, I think the problem that I have with Big Time is that the token itself only came out on Wednesday last week, which is what, a week ago. It's been out a week. And what I said when I reviewed it was you need to wait for a correction in price. Now, yes, it hurt 34 cents, but it needs to find a price where it's comfortable. And by comfortable, I mean it needs to find a level of resistance. You don't go from 1 cent to 35 cents in the space of, what day was this? 11th. So in 24 hours, it went up 35x, and now it's retraced. So the reason I'm telling you this is I think this is a short-term play, and short-term I mean you get in and out and you scalp, you short and you long it. Now this game is in pre-release, so a lot of what we're seeing is hype. A lot of what we're seeing is speculation, and I think what we need to do is we need to see whereabouts we could take some profits on this. Now the first area here is 24 cents. That is the first area that we want to look at. Now, did we come down and bounce off, what's that, 14 cents? Did we bounce off 14 cents, and are we going to see this? Because if we are, what I would do is I would long from here, and then I would close my long at 20, maybe 20 cents. So I would long and short this coin in this range here. Okay? I wouldn't, this isn't a coin I'm suggesting you go and buy a new dollar cost average into. I think there is some short-term gains in trading with Big Time. Now, as I said, I fully reviewed this project. It's on my video streaming platform. I can't mention names on here. But go and watch my video if you can find it. Just look for Crypto Warehouse. You'll find the video. Go and look at the game. Do your own research on the game. That's the most important thing. And then consider, look at the market cap. Could this thing go to $1? Yes, it can. It could go to $2 using hype. Do I think this coin will be at $2 in 5 years' time? No, I don't. I don't think so, because the tokenomics of this coin are deflationary, and I think this is I think you could make gains on this coin between now and when the game launches. And when the game launches, the price of the coin will probably be at the highest price it will be. And I have said on my video that I think that could be $1 to $2. So have a think about that. Have a think about whether you want to get into this coin and maybe take some short-term gains. But that's that for that. I don't want to go into it too much now. We've run out of time, and I haven't even done the news. Sakwib, welcome. Sultan Khan, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming in. We've just covered Bitcoin, Cardano, and Big Time. We've gone way over. I haven't even got to the news. I'm now going to move on with the quiz straight away. So the news is going to have to wait for another day. Let me restart my app. Get everything off. Quiz. For those of you that don't know, we run a little quiz. And that quiz is a bit of fun. Mohammed CC, welcome to the stream. Please VIP send me, please. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do any of those things on that platform. I am terribly sorry. Let me go back in now and start to do the quiz. What we'll do while we're waiting is we'll bring up the Bitcoin chart on a lower time frame, and we'll just keep an eye on it. See where we are. A little bit too short, I think. Go. This is the 1 hour chart. We'll leave that up during the quiz and we'll get on with it. So where are we? Well, I'll tell you what is impressive. The views are up again today. We've had a terrible few days for people partaking in the quiz and partaking in the stream. It has been terrible. Antaya, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for coming back. It's always nice to see regular faces. So let's start with the quiz. We'll start with an easy question. Now we've covered Bitcoin, Cardano, and we've covered Big Time today. And the first few questions we ask, they tend to be about the topics that we've looked at for the day. So the first question I am going to ask you is, what is the first name of the founder of Cardano? All you have to do is type the answer in lowercase into chat and you have won. So what is the first name of the founder of Cardano? Let me know in chat what the answer is. Let's go back here. I get some really, really strange emails from people asking me to send them 1 Bitcoin, as if I'm going to send you 1 Bitcoin. Why would I send anybody $27,000? I ask you. Right, how are we doing? We've got 27 seconds left, and we have 15 correct answers. So what is the first name of the founder of Cardano? All you have to do is put the answer into chat, and you will be a winner. 19 correct answers, 20 correct answers, 22 correct answers in total. Let me have a look at who has won. Peace, El Rahia, Sean, Jimbo, Dimitri Munaya, Tariq. Now, you know what? This is a momentous day. Tariq has managed to win big on the stream. Hallelujah. Bora Boy, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Well done, Tariq. Maybe the monkey has finally left you alone for a day. Right, next question. So now you've got the idea of it, you just have to put the answer in lowercase, and I'll give you a shout out and you will win. We do this quiz every day at the end of the stream. I did run out of time today. I've completely missed off all the news. I've done nothing but talk about Bitcoin, Cardano, CBDCs, and price action. That's it. I've not even got onto the scams or anything else like that. But sometimes, you know, these things just happen. Next question then. Okay, so the question is, what is the total maximum supply of Bitcoin? The total maximum supply of Bitcoin. Is that 21 million Bitcoin? Is that true or false? All you have to do is type true or false into chat and I will give you a shout out. What is the total supply of Bitcoin? True or false? It is 21 million. Well, Tariq's got it right. Sean's got it right. (32 correct answers so far. (38 correct answers, 41. Safia, welcome back to the stream. I was actually talking about you today. I was saying that yesterday I couldn't give you a call on Bitcoin. And today I've said that there is potential. Sorry, I have just spilt coffee everywhere. Not a plan at all. The longer we stay above the bull market support band, the more confidence I've got that we will go towards 30 to 31,000 in the short term. So that's where that's where the titles come from today. So while you're here, everybody, while I'm asking the next question, I want you to do me a couple of things. I want you to give me a follow, smash the like button, or the love heart, or whatever you have in front of you. Smash them. And if you feel the need to, don't forget to go and look for us on other video sharing platforms. We have made videos recently on Neutron and Bitcoin, so don't forget, check them out. Now, next question. And this is about Big Time, which I've also covered today. So, it's a very simple question. Big Time, which we've literally just covered. Is it a game or is it DeFi? All you have to do is type game or DeFi into chat and I will tell you if you're right or not. Is Big Time a game or is it DeFi? Just type Big Time or DeFi. That's all you have to do. Yeah, I mean, if I bring up the chart for you that we covered today, you'll see, hopefully, what I'm talking about. So what I said today was, to move this along a little bit, we're above the bull market support band. So I think we could do something like this. First port of call would be 30,400. The next port of call would be 31.5 here. So I think we could go first here and then here. Now if we don't, the two options that I've got are to come back down to this level here or this level here. So what could happen is, in the short term, we could have either a pump to 30,000 or a pump to 31.4, and then we retrace all the way back down. So they're the two targets I've got for Bitcoin, if you did miss it. Well, the the beautiful little app that I've got has made the chat window disappear. So the correct answer to the question, is Big Time a game or DeFi? It is a game. It is a game that's been developed by people who used to work for Riot, people who used to work for Blizzard, people who used to Activision, Epic Games. It's a big deal in terms of they are people who know what they're doing. So make sure to go and check the game out. I did say that there are short-term gains to be made on Big Time, but long-term, 3, 4, 5 years, I don't expect the coin to be valued at $1 to $2. I think it's a maybe 6-month play with you taking profits along the way. But obviously, as I always say, do your own research. Not financial advice, this. This is my opinion. The same way that I would tell you, don't listen to anybody on YouTube. Don't listen to anybody on Twitter. Because 9 times out of 10, they are trying to benefit from you buying the tokens that they hold. Full disclosure, I don't own any Big Time. I don't own any of it. I own Cardano and I own Bitcoin, but I don't own. Well, I've covered Loom. I don't own that. I've covered Big Time. I don't own that. I've covered Neutron. I don't own that. So I don't own everything I cover, and I'm not paid to do this by anybody. So I am not sponsored by Big Time or whatever else it might be. So that is what I would say there. Right, next question. There are so many spam messages in chat today. I literally can't see anyway. Right, so Ayush Raj, where can you download Big Time? So Big Time, as far as I'm aware, welcome to the stream, Lixia. Is it Lixia? Lixia? So Big Time, the token, is available on the platform that you're watching us on. So you can go and buy the token where you are now. The wrong chart. Hang on. That's the right chart. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, so you can go and buy big time on whatever platform you're on now, and I've given some rough ideas on where the price could go. I've said we've come down. Have we found a level of support at this area here? Well, that's the area that matches here. So possibly. Now, where could we recover to in the short term? I would say, optimistically, 24 cents. Now, big time, the game itself, as far as I'm aware, is bigtime.gg. You can get the game from there. The token you can buy off the platform that you are on now. The game itself is available on Big Time. But listen, I'm not sponsored by them. Nobody is paying me to pump a Big Time. It's just a game. We try and cover all sorts on this channel, as well as looking at Bitcoin and Cardano and XRP. We do look at games to see if there's anything good coming out, and most of the time they are terrible games or they are card games and they're not worth looking at. But in my opinion, it's worth you going to look at Big Time, because I think it's going to be a good game and you can earn Big Time. So what you could do is go and get the game, download it, earn your Big Time, transfer it to the exchange you're on now, and trade it on there. So it is a play to earn, but I don't think at the minute it's going to cost you anything to play the game, but I could be wrong. Right, let me ask one more quiz question before we go, because we've run out of time again. It's already gone 12 o'clock. I've gone so over today, it's not even funny. Okay, very simple question. I'm not doing difficult questions at the minute because there's not enough people on the streams. What animal is in the Dogecoin logo? What animal is in the Dogecoin logo? I don't want the breed, I want the animal. All you've got to do is type the animal into chat and you'll win. Very simple. Safia Lixia just logged into the stream. If you look, you'll see, or maybe it's only me, Gate_Lixia joined. So I can see who comes on to the streams and I can see who's here. So they're in there. There is currently, or there are currently, should I say. Have a little look now. There are 45 people currently in that stream that you are watching on. Now, I would like all of those 45 people watching to smash the follow button. That would be great. Smash the love heart, smash the follow button. And congratulations to everybody that got that right. The answer is, of course, dog. The answer is dog. And it is the CEO of Twitter. That is very true. Right, well, thank you everybody for coming. What I'm going to do now is basically tell you that we are back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I think there's going to be heavy rain tomorrow, so hopefully the internet will stay working. I'm going to drop a box for those of you watching in certain places. All we would ask you to do is give us a follow, smash the like or the love heart button, and go and check out our videos that we make about all sorts of things. We stream every day where you're watching as well anyway, so tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock we'll be back here, wherever you are, we'll be back here with the news. But we do make videos, so make sure to go and check out us wherever we are. Hello Lixia, nice to see you. Say hello again. So just make sure to say hello. This is supposed to be a two-way stream, so we will interact with you. We're not going to just sit here and read at you. Now, we do have a big announcement, and that is Andy. Andy's daughter has her birthday today, so if everybody in chat could wish Andy's daughter a happy birthday, that would be amazing. So congratulations. to your daughter on her birthday. Was it daughter you said? I think it was, wasn't it? I've lost the comment. It's gone off my screen. I can't see. Anyway, Andy, make sure you spoil them rotten. They are only that young once. And believe you me, my son is 18 and he's 6'4", and I remember him being somebody that I could dangle down my back with one hand. They grow up way too quickly. So I know everybody says the same thing, but cherish the first 12, 15 years of their life, because when they get older and they get a bit more independence, you don't see them as much. So just cherish those times. Cake is always a good one. Ice cream is always a good one. Cake, ice cream, some nice fruit, stuff like that is always the way. Crucifery, welcome to the stream. I am going to go now because we've been streaming for an hour and 6 minutes. So a big thank you to Tariq, Andy, Lixia, Safia. There are too many names to read out. Hidden Agendas over there, thank you for watching. We are back tomorrow at the same time. I'm not sure we will cover Bitcoin again tomorrow. We covered it yesterday, we covered it today. So we might have a look at what happens in the next 24 hours anyway. And I think I'll cover the last 3 news articles tomorrow as well, if we get round to them. So I'll do 2 or 3 projects tomorrow, and I'll do the news that I should have done today. I'll do that tomorrow as well. I really overran. I did have a big rant about Cardano and CBDCs, and I do that from time to time. But it's great to see so many people back in chat. Welcome 8B, you are a new user. Thank you. If you are new to the channel, remember the most important thing you can do to help us out is follow us. Give us a follow. Help us get our numbers up. It helps us. It helps us everywhere. It helps us on the platform that we're streaming on, because they see that we've got followers. It helps us with us saying how popular our channel is. And it's free. It doesn't cost you a penny to give us a follow. So with all that being said, I am going to go, and I am going to see you all bright and breezy in the morning. I'm just going to drop a box if I can figure out how to do it. 1 minute. Right, there we go. Okay. And for those of you that wonder why I go quiet every once in a while, just to explain that I have, to get everything to work, I have 2 mobile phones, I have a laptop, and I have the TV, and I need those 4 screens to actually operate the stream. So it's not as easy as it sounds. I don't just come on here, plug a microphone in and talk to you. These streams take a good 2 hours a day to prepare. So with all that being said, happy birthday to Andy's daughter. I hope you spoil her rotten. Enjoy the time with her. And I will see you all in the morning. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Safia, Elixir again. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I will see you all in the morning. Have a great afternoon.